talking about what is wanting.
Well,
What
wanting is some sort of dissatisfaction, yes?
when you want what you don't have, yes, that's creating friction within yourself.
Oh, how about wanting what you do have?
Yeah, that's not really wanting, is it? That's just enjoying and appreciating. It's kind of a different sort of wanting,
Ah,
willful wanting. Saying, yes, this is nice, what we already have. So,
hmm.
what do we already have?
Yeah, there's a lot to be thankful for. Radaba, come on, booby. Come on, Jimmy. Jimmy.
Yeah, we have friends. We, of course, have the breath. We have this moment to enjoy practicing, enjoy being alive. We have an opportunity to take it easy, get comfortable.
Yeah, that's a lot to be thankful for right there.
Yeah, that's good enough already.
Yeah. Hmm. Uh, I enjoy these moments. I try and think of something to desire, and I can't think of anything.
So now about what is there to desire?
Yeah, it's true. We we
Or
have,
another way to
huh?
say it, another way to say it is don't need to think about what is there to desire. It's okay to not desire things.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we're conditioned in Western society to desire, to want, and people people for the most part want and want and want, and when they get what they want something else.
That's right. Yeah.
My dog is hearing your voice, and she's wondering, she's she's hearing your voice for the first time.
That reminds me
Are
of
there
a
dogs? Huh?
that reminds me of a Dhammarato quote. Watch closely now, lion. There are friends to be made.
What does that mean?
Well, you're the lion. I'm a lion, the dog's a lion.
Oh, it is, yeah. It, and what, well, I think the second part is it it sounds self-explanatory that there are friends to be made. That does not sound like any kind of metaphor.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
That's just how, yeah,
there
that
are
is.
friends to be made. That's Oh, that's really cool. Well, I am always seeking friends. uh,
Well, you can skip that
it's
part of seeking friends and instead just make friends.
oh, that's so much more direct.
And easier to do.
It yeah, it's it kind of bypasses the loneliness.
Yeah, there are
It's
friends to be made on the inside, within, making friends with the feelings that we're feeling, making friends with the thoughts that we're having a friendly attitude, making friends with this present moment, our current reality,
oh.
and the people we meet along the way, and the animals as well, of course.
Well, I've come to the conclusion that the only difference between humans and all the other animals is that humans have cultivated um, the most delusion.
Yeah, so it's worthwhile to get ourselves out of that delusion and
Yes,
be more like the happy dogs.
yes. So, does that include making friends with the negative feelings?
It means not even having to call them negative. Think of it like this: when you see a person as a negative person, it's not as easy to make friends with them. But if you see, oh, that's just another person, there's not this subconscious process going on of labeling and analyzing and determining what a negative person is. The same thing is true with feelings. A negative feeling is just a feeling that you want to get rid of.
Hmm. Well, that is, if I am remembering properly, that is the perspective that I had when I was 2 years old. In fact, when I was 2 years old, everyone was my friend.
Yeah, so can just see everyone as friends. Some friends may stab you in the back. Some friends may be hot-headed. Some friends may bring up some discomfort, some discomforting feelings, but we can still see them as friends.
How about while they are actively attacking?
Well, that's a good time to move out of the way.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Just because they're your friend doesn't mean you need to let them hit you.
yeah. Hmm.
So this is also about being friends with yourself, yeah? A person who's friends with themselves doesn't let someone else attack them.
Oh. So, how would Buddha handle that? Uh, how if there's I'll go to the extreme. If there's someone coming at me with a knife, what would Buddha say to do?
To bring yourself into the present moment.
Hmm.
Because you're painting a scenario that is unclear and doesn't really exist. There's all sorts of variables at play when people and knives and angry feelings all interact with one another. You know, there's different settings, different body types, different distance, different levels of anger, right? And this is what it means to practice in the here and now and open yourself up to the real wisdom that's available and
Hmm.
recognize, not sure what I'm going to do if someone attacks me with a knife. But when someone does attack me with a knife, I'll be there for it. And I can practice being there for it by being here for what is happening in the mind right now.
That happened to me before. Someone did attack me with a knife. It was quite a long time ago.
Glad you're okay.
Thank you. Yeah, it was just a couple of wounds, just a scratch on the chest and a scratch on the back.
Hmm.
And that was 30 years ago. And it has been almost constant, similar interactions with humans for these past 30 years.
I would say find new friends to make.
Did you ever see the movie Karate Kid?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you remember in the first Karate Kid he was beaten up by the gang of people and Mr. Miyagi referred to them as his friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just playing.
Mhm.
Uh, well, I like that conversion of attitude to perceive perceive everyone as a friend, regardless of what they're doing. And even more specifically, to perceive oneself as a friend who does not allow oneself to be hit by friends.
Yes, and you can be the noble friend, the friend that isn't using a knife to play.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh. Are there other parts of Asia that you would like to visit?
I'm okay right where I'm at.
Hmm. It's were you ever nomadic?
Attic. Sort of. There was a period of my life where, let's say, most of the time I wasn't staying in one place for more than a year.
Yeah, that's nomadic. Yeah, you've you've had a lot of experience, and I'm saying that proportionately. Um, I think you've had a lot more experience than people your age. I'm not sure exactly what your age is, but you look under 30. And that might not be relevant to you, but it is very relevant to me. It's it's a relief to have a conversation with someone who is sane.
Well, I'm not completely sane.
That's that's all right. From my perspective, you are completely sane.
Okay. Well, yes, that's what the practice is all about, is becoming more sane, which really just means not becoming insane. And it happens one thought, one moment right now of seeing the insane thoughts that we're having. And what does that mean? They're lies. They're lies
All of
telling
them?
us, well, if they're unwholesome, yes.
Oh, yes.
People who don't practice rarely have completely wholesome thoughts, like everything really is okay right now. There's not a worry at all.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Yes. Hmm.
And that's really all the practice is just remembering that over and over again. And we can remember that by doing what we're doing now, talking with friends, noble friends. And we can, of course, remind ourselves, especially in seclusion. And when we go into the real world, we can remind others with just a friendly smile and a good morning.
Hmm. How would you now would you greet someone like that who is hostile?
Well, again, you're asking about a made up imaginary scenario. You're not being hostile towards me right now.
No, no, not me.
I know,
I'm
but you're making up something that doesn't
oh,
exist. And you're forgetting
yeah.
about the story with the knife, where there's too many variables for us to say which is the way to handle it. The
Hmm.
truth is that bring yourself into the present moment and handle what's happening now. And whenever an encounter with a hostile person happens, you'll have the practice of being there for it, of being here now with the breath, with the feelings, with the thoughts. You'll have the practice of having a friendly attitude right now. And yeah, sure, you're not going to be able to handle things perfectly, but that's okay. Don't need to handle things perfectly. If you get out alive with a few scratches, that's good enough.
Yeah. For sure. Something that I've experienced many times is when I have shown kindness or friendliness to hostile people, it invited them to become even more hostile.
Sure. Yeah, when people see that you're happy and they're mad, they may get jealous.
I mean,
Or that
that's
might
all
not
it
sit
is.
right. Well, here's the thing. There's a couple things to point out there. For one, just being friendly isn't necessarily the same as being a noble friend. As we were saying earlier, a noble friend may get out of the way when someone attacks them.
Yeah.
That's not the same as, oh, when someone attacks me, I'm just going to smile and wave.
Oh, no, that's not what's happened. It was people who became hostile when they were treated with kindness or a smile. Um,
Let them be hostile. Don't let their hostility ruin your good mood. Don't let their hostility ruin your calm mind. Don't let their hostility ruin your friendly attitude. Yeah, there's hostile people. I'm okay with that. You can be okay with that too.
yeah, that's the best choice because it's yeah, it because they're gonna be how they are anyway.
There were hostile people in the time of the Buddha, and 2,500 years later, there's still hostile people in the world.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
okay.
plenty. That's actually been the majority of my experience. Um,
Yeah, so
friendly.
you can see the value then of being in seclusion, being with your dogs, but can also find noble friends to make. We have noble friends in our online Sangha that you can be friends with. There's also Watts that you can visit. And there's other places where kind people can be found as well. But that's a game to play.
That's quite a relief. It's it's quite a relief to be talking with you right now.
Yeah, I'm enjoying talking with you as well.
This
Don't
is
worry.
huh?
I said, don't worry. It's okay.
This is the first moment I am feeling safe in a while.
Yeah, you
And
are safe. There's nobody in the room with a knife that's gonna attack you. And I'm certainly not gonna attack you. I'm on the other side of the world.
no, I know it's just it's it's this is the rare 1% of human interaction that feels safe. America is a war zone.
Not if you're not fighting on the front lines, it's not. It's not a war zone where you're at right now.
Yes, that's true.
There's no need to think of the bigger picture. There's no need to think of the whole world. Just look around your room right now, where you're sitting, where you're at. Look inside your
It's
mind, your
warm.
body, feelings. Yeah. It's warm, it's cozy, it's comfortable, it's safe. There are friends there with you. You've got a friend on the call here. Everything really is okay right now. There's no war
Yes.
zone.
Yes. Did you did you before you were in Thailand, did you feel safe?
I was practicing feeling safe, but there were times where I didn't feel safe. And that was, in part, a good motivation to get out of Oklahoma.
Oh. Yeah, there.
But this game of finding safe places to be is just that. It's a game. Sometimes you may find yourself in an unsafe place, and that's okay. Just practice getting out of it. That starts within the mind.
Out. Oh. So yeah, oh, there must be there must be people in the world who are in unsafe who live in physically in unsafe places who are safe. Like Burma.
Sure.
There are
Yeah,
monks in Burma.
there's monks in Burma that don't care a thing about what's going on and just taking it easy. There's some homeless guy in America sleeping on a bench right now.
Yeah.
Not worried about some war that's going on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've met a few people like that who were homeless and they expressed content, expressed being content. They lived tranquil lives.
Yeah, worthwhile to practice being content with how things already are. That sort of is the change to be made, is to be at peace.
Mm.
We do that by having wholesome thoughts, having long, soothing breaths.
How do you practice that? Having wholesome thoughts.
When I remember to, sometimes I remind myself, sometimes I remember by watching or listening to Dhamma video, and then times like this when I'm talking with other friends, it's easy to remember too. Oh yeah, everything is okay. Can enjoy this breath right now.
Mm. That's when you said that, it felt like the breath, enjoying that one breath being the equivalent of having some ice cream.
Oh yeah, exactly, yeah. It's cool and sweet.
Ah. Mm. It's very good. Yeah, this this is this is like like focus, like a blurry vision becoming focused. This moment right now feels safe. Hmm. Rather like being on a beach.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's right. And so, Anjuna, I invite you to practice feeling safe and come hang out with us in the online Sangha. And like I said, when you don't feel safe, get away from whatever that is. Come back into seclusion.
During moments when it doesn't feel safe, is it helpful to focus on breathing?
Yeah, taking a nice, soothing breath in will help calm the body down.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it'll make it easier to be friends with the anxiety and fear that arises, those sort of unsafe feelings.
I've tried doing that once. Um, about 2 years ago, there was a man in an auto parts store trying to pick a fight with me. And instead of feeding into the ego, the stream of ego that he was offering, I focused on uh, deep belly breathing. And it helped. It There was no fight. Um,
Well, the easiest way for that sort of thing to show up in the real world is for you to practice it on your own in seclusion. and also can practice while we're chatting now, can practice while listening to a Dhamma video, and just having nice, long, soothing, comfortable breaths.
And then to make it a habit?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not asking you to have long breaths all day long, just when you remember, oh yeah, now's a good time. Now it's nice to take a long soothing breath. Ah, yes, I remember. Because there's going to be times when
Mm.
you forget, and that's okay. There's times when we forget
Yeah.
to look at the breath, but when we bring our attention back to it, that's the life force. And what's the most worthwhile thing? Being alive. So if you
Hmm.
really want to be alive, breathe well.
Hmm. Breathing without stress.
Hmm. Breathing relief.
Hmm. Hmm. Breathing with relief with an in breath and breathing with relief with the out breath too.
Sure,
Hmm.
you can be playful with it.
Hmm. That that's something really cool about breath is there are almost unlimited opportunities. So there's the breath and then the breath again and then the breath again and it's um it's it's just well it's continuous anyway.
Mhm.
That's really nice. It's abundant.
It's the toy that Mother Nature gave us to play with.
Hmm.
And it's a worthwhile toy to play with. So we
Hmm.
can stop scrolling Facebook and wanting other toys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's hmm, kind of a cheap substitute for breathing.
Happy to see you breathing well, my friend.
Thank you. It this is this is a moment of experience of it's kind of like um a a good emptiness. Like there's um like not really any thoughts or anything. Not really any feeling either, except a kind of a bit of joy, perhaps a bit of hope too.
Yeah, just enjoy. And instead of hoping that things will be all right, we can just tell ourselves, everything is all right now. Don't need to worry about the future. Don't need to fret over the past. Everything's okay now. Can just enjoy.
Yeah, I mean the past and the future, they truly do not exist. I mean, that that leaves one possibility, in that only now exists.
Well, only now is where we can make a change.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's that's that's an answer that I've been looking for. It's just, it makes sense now. Now
and
is
it
when we
was
can make a change.
and it was right there with you the whole time.
Yeah. Oh wow. This is so cool. So so then, to make a change and have it stick, uh keep returning to now. That's how it's done. Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about the change being permanent. Just make the change now. Having the having the goal of, oh, let's be happy forever, or oh, let's never think about that again. That's a hard goal to have. Instead, we can just say, hey, don't need to think about that unwholesome thought right now. Don't need to worry right now. Can have wholesome thoughts right now. That's the change. Can enjoy the breath right
Hmm.
now.
Catch up, Pochi. Catch you. Good girl, huh? Good girl.
Can enjoy petting the dog right now.
Yeah. Did you drink too much water too quickly? Yes.
All right, we'll continue to practice this. Was there any other questions or things that are coming up now for you?
No, this is um a moment that feels kind of like sitting in a big piece of cotton. Um, it's so
I'm glad to hear
whatever
that.
it was,
Yeah, yeah,
whatever it
yeah.
was, I don't know.
Take great joy in not knowing. Okay, well,
Oh,
you can feel free to call me back again sometime. And yeah, like I said, please make friends in our online Sangha. If you haven't, join our Discord, and I can send you a link to that.
yes, please. I've seen one or two sanghas,
Okay. Yeah, I can watch some more
and
videos as well. Or
yeah, yeah, it was a good experience.
nice. Okay,
It
cool.
was a good experience being present as a ghost, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like a friendly ghost named Casper.
Yes, yes.
All right, Anjuna. I'll see you later for now. Thank you so much for this call. This has really been quite the joy.
Thank you.
All right,
It's
take care,
been
my
you too.